What's going on, y'all? Welcome to another State of the Bay. We got a lot of stuff to unpack for the month of February. This happens to be one of my favorite months of fishing. The speckled trout fishing is typically pretty good. Sheepshead have been on fire. Redfish are just out there doing their thing. Easy to catch right now. Got a lot of stuff to unpack for y'all. We're also going to talk about the events and what we got going on for this month. But before we get into all of that, I'm going to go ahead and talk about a few sponsors of this episode. If y'all would, go out there and support our sponsors. They make things like this very possible for me to put this content out to y'all. But our first sponsor is going to be Taylor CPA. I personally have been using Taylor CPA for my taxes for several years. If you run a business anywhere from Texas to Florida, or you need to have your personal taxes done, be sure to reach out to Jason Taylor at Taylor CPA. Head over to Taylor CPA for this tax season. Our next sponsor is Total Backing Safety. If you run a business and you're looking for safety professionals to either teach classes or do safety audits at your location, be sure to check out Total Backing Safety. They will be sure to take care of y'all for all of your safety needs. Head over there. Check them out. And our next sponsor is Cedar Swamp over in Goshen, Mississippi. I personally use Cedar Swamp for just about all of my tackle needs, mainly because Rocky Brook stocks a bunch of tackle that you cannot find anywhere else, such as Double D's Death Grip jig heads, your slick lures, your Southern Salt Bait Company, our personal lures. The hoodwinks are available over there. So y'all make sure that y'all go over, support Rocky Brooks at Cedar Swamp, and get all your tackle needs over there. All right, so getting into the events this month, we have first up coming up is the Biloxi Boat Show that actually starts today, February 3rd, and runs through the 5th. I will be there Saturday and Sunday working at the Hammerhead Kayaks booth. So y'all be sure to stop by, talk to me. Let's talk fishing. Hoodwinks will be available there at that booth as well. But yeah, y'all come out, see us. Should be a good time. A lot of kayak vendors, a lot of boat vendors, some good food out there. A lot of people set up there talking fishing. It's always a great time. So head over to the Biloxi Boat Show. The next event that we have is going to be the Winter Spectacular Tournament held by the Mobile Bay Kayak Fishing Association. This is a kayak only tournament, and it is a tournament that I look forward to every year. I will definitely be fishing it. That is February 18th, and it is the first event in the trail series. So if y'all are looking at competing out of kayaks at a tournament level, come on out and fish this event. It's going to be a great time. All right, we're about to get into the bread and butter of why y'all are all tuning in here, and that's to find out what the sheepshead, speckled trout, and redfish are doing this month around the Mobile Bay and surrounding areas. Now, I do have full Google Earth breakdowns over on our Patreon channel. I'm going to link that here and put that down in the description. But if y'all want to see full Google Earth breakdowns of where these fish are at, certain launches around the area, that is a ton of awesome information to get y'all in the right direction and help y'all get on more fish during your trips. But we're going to start off with sheepshead. So in the month of February is, typically some of our coldest days are this month. When we have those really, really cold days, like we're fixing to tap into the 30s, low 30s again, that's going to drive those temperatures, water temperatures down into the low 50s. Those sheepshead are really going to grab tight around structure. Some of the best structure right now to target is going to be the rigs around the Mobile Bay area, rock jetties around like Dolphin Island, and then you can really never beat bridge pilings. When you're fishing these pilings and rocks and whatnot, you want to look for the areas that have the most barnacles and oyster clusters and things on it. And then while you're doing that, look for areas around there where the sheepshead have been feeding on those barnacles. You'll see the patches knocked out of them and whatnot. That'll give you a good indication that the sheepshead are in the area. But check it out. The bait shops right now don't have shrimp and they don't have fiddler crabs. At least at the time of filming, they do not. So I have been going out and actually using earthworms, picking up earthworms from Walmart, my local bait shops, and going out there dropping earthworms along pilings, and I am catching stud sheepshead on those. If y'all want to see that content, some of my last videos, you'll see them where I'm using earthworms. They work amazing for sheepshead bait. So next up is speckled trout. Not gonna lie, the speckled trout fishing has been very suspect lately. It's pretty typical being down in Alabama. We have high temperatures, and then all of a sudden we'll get some cold fronts, knock temperatures real down low. Just know that when we have those water temperatures that are in the mid to low 50s, those trout are going to be really, really tight together in the deepest areas of the rivers and creeks. So Fowl River, Dog River, Fish River, all of your rivers and your creeks, you're going to be able to find speckled trout. When it's really cold, they're going to bunch up in the deepest holes, and those holes are typically in your sharpest bends. So if you're just looking on a map, looking for areas to fish, if you have a real sharp bend right there, there's a chance that that current has cut out a pretty deep hole. Those are good places to look to be able to find fish. On your warmer days, these fish are kind of spreading out. They're heading out to the flats. One thing is for sure, if you're looking for speckled trout and you're in a kind of a warming trend where your water temperatures are up in the high 50s, low 60s, look for flats around deep channels. Okay, because those fish are going to ease up on the flats to feed. They're going to retreat back down to the channel. So it's real easy to fan cast those flats. If you're not finding them on the flats, you can resort back to the channels and start dragging baits around the channels. One of my favorite lures, I'm kind of biased in this because it's my lure, but I have been throwing it a ton and having a ton of success. And I've put out a lot of videos of them. But the Southern Salt Hoodwink right here is a killer lure. I put that on a screw lock jig head, 1/4 ounce. 9 times out of 10, I'm throwing it on a 1/4 ounce. If I'm in shallower water, I'll go to an 1/8. Deeper water, I'll go to a 3/8. But just fan casting that thing around, swimming it through the water, ripping it, those speckled trout are absolutely tearing it up. Had a client go out on a charter trip the other day, and we stuck 4 trout over 20 inches, all on the hoodwinks. And I think on his second cast, he caught a 23-inch trout. So they're definitely catching fish. Another lure that is working really, really well right now are MIRRODINEs. Those are excellent wintertime lures because they slow suspend. You can twitch them, pause them. The fish are kind of acting a little bit more lethargic this time of year. So the MIRRODINE 17 MRs work really, really well. Moving on to the redfish. So redfish are redfish. Anywhere you're around marsh grass, you're probably going to be in an area that's holding redfish. When we have these colder months, the redfish are easing all the way in the back of these creeks. If you're working through a marsh system looking for redfish, if you're seeing bait flicking, you're seeing mullet in the area, there's a good chance that there's redfish nearby. Some great baits to use right now are wake baits, spinner baits. Your Bugs fishing lures are working really, really great. Your Bugs curl-tail jigs are the best all-around redfish lure you could ever use. I've had an amazing amount of success on the Bugs redfish jigs. All these lures that I'm mentioning, I'm going to drop them down in the description. But that's pretty much what we got going on for this month. Once again, our Patreon channel has over 100 videos breaking down all sorts of areas. This month we're doing a Bayou Heron breakdown. We're going to be doing the 5 best places to target sheepshead. We're going to be doing the 5 best places to target speckled trout right now. All of that is getting ready to be uploaded to our Patreon channel. Once again, over 100 videos on there. Y'all check it out. It helps support me put out more content, and in turn, I like to provide y'all with a lot of good, resourceful information to help y'all get on fish. So I hope this information was helpful. Y'all go out there, smash some fish this month, come back, let me know how y'all are doing, and yeah, I'd love to see y'all's feedback. We'll see you next time.